So when we're looking with our clients and we want to help them with inflation, number one thing, going back to the beginning, we said we want them to buy stocks. Buy dividend-paying companies that can be able to raise their prices on their services, raise their prices on their product. The company profits, you profit. So we want to do that. We also said that we need to have a green tank. Savings, let me put it simply, savings that grows at 3 to 5% every year, tax-free, compounding, that you can use as leverage and say, I have an opportunity over there. That real estate that I've been wanting to get is finally available. You can pull it from there. You can leverage it. But one of the things we understand is we run the numbers to make sure there's always a good spread so that you have the resources coming in, that you can afford it, and that you never get in over your head. We want to make sure that you understand this is a savings vehicle that will allow your money to keep up with inflation and allow you to experience the ability to meet opportunities and the expenses of life. And then what was the third way? Well, the third way that we talked about is maximizing your income sources. So one of those ways is going to be Social Security. The second way of maximizing it is your pension. Now I'm going to talk slowly now. I know I tend to talk pretty fast. But this is something that I see all the time. And I really, if you don't take anything from this program today, understand this. Many people have been told, hey, when you take your pension, take the most that you can because it will cover your life, and then take out a life insurance policy and make up the difference for your spouse. I have yet to see that really work. And I have been a certified financial planner, a fiduciary for over 24 years. What I have seen, what I have a case right now in my office, is a client coming in 15 years older than his wife, having a pension where he said, give me the largest amount, I'll buy a $200,000 life insurance policy on me, and when I die, all my pension goes away, all her Social Security goes away because he had the larger one and you only get to keep one Social Security. So now she's down to just that one Social Security and $200,000. Is $200,000 in this day and age going to last someone for more than 5 years or 10 years? She has a long life ahead of her, but somebody sold that man a life insurance policy for $200,000 and told him to take the highest payout on his pension. And now I'm going to be the one to walk his widow, when it happens, through the course of her life, helping her find the best way to survive. So men or women, anyone who has a pension, you need to sit down with your financial advisor, or you can sit down with us here at Crystal Clear Finances, whichever one you're more comfortable with. At this point, it doesn't matter to me as long as you get good, godly advice that shows you which option. Because the options that you usually have is one, where you get the pension, you get the full payout, right? And it just pays you every month for as long as you live. And when you die, even if it's a week after you started taking the pension, the company gets to keep all the rest. I got a problem with that. Now, there's another one that says, well, wait a minute. Why don't we have it where we'll reduce it by 75% or we'll reduce it in half? And this way, I'll take half of what my pension is now, and I know that that will be the amount that carries even when I die. My wife will still get it. There's other times, and we won't go too far into detail, but there are things called term certain. And you probably have seen this on your pensions, where it says 10 years certain. All that's saying is, I'm going to give you the biggest payout, and for 10 years, even if you die in that 10-year period, I'll keep paying it out. But on 10 years and 1 day, the payment stops, and the company keeps the rest of the pension, not your loved ones. So I would encourage you, as we're looking for ways that we want to make sure that we are keeping up with inflation and doing everything possible, maximizing, understand how to maximize your income is going to be critical for your future. So we talked Social Security. We talked pension. Now here's another one with the pension. With the pension, can you please check the strength of the company? I think GE has given us a great example. The giant that we said that could never fall. And I have had many people sitting in my office who have inherited GE stock that says, what do I do with this? And yet it was a prized possession for many individuals. So if you decide that you are going to do a pension, instead of rolling it all out to an IRA where we help people roll it into an IRA and then we manage it here for them and they have access to it, the whole thing, if you decide to keep the pension as a lump sum, check the strength of the company. We don't want them defaulting. We don't want them changing. And you say, oh, that would never happen. Au contraire. I know loved ones that I have right now who are on a pension that have gotten a notice that says, hey, in just a year or two, 50% of your pension is gone and we're reducing you by 50%. What do you do when you're 85, 90 years old? You're not going to go out and get a job and they told you they're just going to cut your pension in half. Look to make sure who's ever managing it, you got to have a lot of faith. If not, then what you can do is say, I'm going to roll it over to my own IRA and then work with a financial advisor like those of us here at Crystal Clear Finances. I'm a certified financial planner and a fiduciary where we can properly position so that it's invested in a way that you understand what you own and why you own it and you're keeping up with inflation. So the third way that under the income, right, because we said that buying stocks was one way to help with inflation, making sure that you had savings that's actually growing between 3 to 5% and is available for opportunities is another way. And then the third way we said maximizing the income through Social Security, through pension. The last way is through asset-backed annuities, which you're able to say, you know, I worked really hard and I made this huge big 401k. But I'm concerned because if I just take 5% off of it on my own and the market goes down like it is this year, I might not be able to have enough money. I might run out of funds before I run out of retirement. And that's where we help and work with individuals where they can take that lump sum, put it into an insurance product that guarantees them an income stream for life. And that's something that we would sit down one-on-one with each individual to decide what's right, because many times we do not like to see 100% of proceeds going into that insurance vehicle because we want you to have liquidity. There are some things to look for on it. So it's a good way to create an income stream, but it must be done properly. Everything that I've talked about today needs to be implemented correctly. Otherwise, individuals get hurt.